Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Hello. Many apologies for the delay in the start of the stream today. Uh, OBS decided it was going to update once again, so it's probably changed all my settings once more, like the chat bar settings, everything else like that. So if I'm quiet, hello, yeah, it's yes. Although I like OBS, I don't like it when it just suddenly decides it's going to just update. Like, anyway, I've had a fun day today. I don't go too much into it, but let's get on with the game. Yeah, it's just been one of those days for me today. I don't get them often, much these days, but when they do, it's like get up and it's like part of my brain just went, "You're gonna have a shit day today," for no reason whatsoever. Right. So, this is auto navigate this. This doesn't come through. Salvage that. And salvage that. Keep. Discard. No, I do not want to have that, you silly banana. KFC Colonel Sanders. Well, I'm not entirely sure what that is, but it sounds like it could be incredibly nice or disgusting. Probably both. Oh yeah, I know the. Oh, I thought you meant it was like some kind of new burger, like the Big Mac type thing or something like that. See, I'm just not with it today. Part of the reason why I've not had a fun day is that when this, I don't want to call it, I say, depression or whatever, because it's not quite that. It's just more my ability to concentrate and focus just drops to almost zero. Oh, and I had a look. There is a T6 version of very similar to this ship, so I think that might be. Okay, modify the communications array. Easy enough. Oh, I've also enabled the better than Twitch TV emotes now as well, so they should be working. So, like for example, should be a kappa in the chat now. I think I'm not familiar with who that person is. Reba McIntyre. After. But I suppose if it makes those sort of people nervous and unhappy, I have no problems with that. My foot decided to itch of all places. Yes, we've got this mission to go through, Frozen, and then it's Colosseum, which, depending on who you speak to, is either one of the worst missions in the game or the best missions. I think it's both. Oh, excuse me. So we've got the Derridex firing on a Riemann ship. And we know we can take on the Derridexes. Oh! Interesting. I haven't seen it, no, it's not something I've seen yet. I'm going the wrong way. Yep, whatever, I'm going to blow you up. Tactical mode. Zoom into the teeny bits, that's better. That explains why they don't. It's giving him conflicting signals. I do like the look of this ship. Oh. This ship is quite manoeuvrable. It's a very nice ship. Even better once I fully picked her out. I got the T6 version.
Target shield has failed.
Yeah, it's a very interesting ship. It was probably the nearest they tried to come up with a ship that could go into like tactical sort of science and be a decent engineering ship all at the same time, which is why it's got the name Chimera, because it's basically a mixture. And I like the fact it transforms as well. And the it's got a certain charm to it. Right, so I've got to follow this scout. Oh, I've got to beam down. Nice and easy. Right. Okay. So first things first. Fire up the dribble. I like ships that have got something different about them, like the Defiant, the Prometheus and the Hestia, the Excelsior, the ones that are just would stand out in the crowd. And don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with the Galaxy or the Sovereign. In fact, actually, I quite like the Sovereign, but I've noticed all the ships I've really got on with have all been just about different. Non-standard configurations or abilities. Let's fire up those drones. And that as well. Oh, that was a good shot. Those tend to be more sort of like the medical ships, the Olympus type ones, I've noticed. And if I remember right, the first Starship Enterprise, not Federation Starship or Starfleet Enterprise, was one of those types. I think they call it like a Daedalus class or something. No, it's the one that went before the NX, which a lot of people forget. The other side. If I remember rightly, there was the original HMS Enterprise. Then there was the carrier version. Then there was the space shuttle. Then there was the Daedalus class, the one with the big baldy bit. Then there was the NX, obviously, and then the rest of the Enterprises. Right. If you look at the beginning of Enterprise, it shows all of them. And in STO, the Starbase, one of the decorations you can get is the whole series of like pictures that show all the individual Enterprises. Oh, there it is. That's what I'm looking for. No, that's just some. Where's the diagnostic terminal? Find its diagnostic terminal. See, when you look on the minimap there, that's where I am. And it says use diagnostic terminal there. silly people. Right. Repair the power conduits. Right. Yeah, not a major bug. I mean, I found it in the end, so probably just like offset the pixels by the wrong amount or something. So, just went pop.
Enemy target.
Charming, nice spiders. We'll find these conduits and repair them. This is another one of those ones where if you were science, the mission would be very slightly different. If you're tactical, it would be slightly different. So here, for an engineer, I've got to find conduits in this area. There. Yep. Another one. Another conduit sorted. Could be another one around here somewhere.
Enemy target on sensors.
I'm checking to see if my Zen's come through yet, and it hasn't. Is to fix it. Something I did on my other characters today as well before I logged onto this was set up the what they're called sponsorship tokens for Reputation, and what those do, if you have another character that's already completed the Reputation quest line, you basically give them, I suppose you could say, like a bonus to other characters, and it basically doubles how many rep points you get for that particular faction. So if you're doing like the Omega ones, normally you'd get like, so each project would give you, say, like a 250 rep points. This would give you 500, and so on. This way. Bloody cold down here as well. Little puffs of smoke, condensed air coming out his mouth. I wonder if I can still get the... I'm just suddenly thinking something, if I can get... Where is it? Where's it gone? Where is it gone? Oh, damn it. Hello.
This place won't be safe forever. We have to be ready to leave at a moment's notice. Prepare the... Ah, it's you. Welcome to the heart of the Resistance, little spy. There is so much for us to discuss, and so little time. The Tal Shiar have discovered this, our last refuge. They will be here soon, and my people and I will have to fight for our lives.
Screw the Tal Shiar.
Yet one question remains. Will you be our friend, or our enemy?
If you're fighting the Tal Shiar, friend.
My hope is that you are here to talk. But the Tal Shiar could arrive at any time. Speak quickly.
Yeah, I may not agree with your tactics, but I will not stop you.
I am glad you see things my way. Get instructions from your commanders if you must, but the battle rages, and we must join it. With your help, my people will be free.
Sure. Not exactly one for
I'm
slavery.
pleased you see that my cause is just. We can do great...
Sir, Romulan transporter signals detected.
I will return to my ship and attempt to hold off their forces. Help my soldiers defend this base. Start the evacuation. We must get the civilians out.
The Tal Shiar have entered the base.
Commander Raushna, transport the reinforcements here. Tell them to assist our new ally.
Security forces transporting.
Fight well, my friend. My people are counting on you.
Let's do it again. If there's a chance to blow up the Tal Shiar, I have no objection. Right, so where's the... Can I go this way? I cannot.
Personal shield losing power.
You don't have that Riemann psychic ability, do you? There you go. Have an orbital strike on your head.
Personal shield losing power.
Anyway, it does help if I don't run into the middle of plasma fire. Well done. Yes, I just thought it was normal smoke. No, it was plasma fire. Or radiation, one of the two. Well, the fact is, Romulans make you think it's plasma. Yeah, see, just chucked a plasma grenade. They've got a thing you can replay through this mission to get the other achievement as well, because I'm pretty sure there was a, if you arrest him, there's a different one.
I sympathize with Obasek's plight, but I do not know if we will be able to assist him.
Let's go with
He
the
has no
rifle.
proof of the...
Congratulations, Admiral.
Oh, hello. What the? Loads of things ping off there. Right, so let's go with that as a weapon. Yeah, I'll have one of those. Let's give that one to him. You can have that one. Again, just don't care who gets what. But first of all, let's get new officer. Well, it's got to be another Tellarite, isn't it? For my all Tellarite crew. Ah, excellent. You are the traditional ugly motherfucker. But right now, I will put you on the roster. I can picture you being...
My contacts tell me that Starfleet has rejected my request for military assistance. That is regrettable, but not unexpected. The Tal Shiar are formidable opponents, as are the forces directing their...
Yes, I heard about that. There's a Nutella riot. Apparently been marked down by like 70% or something. Which is crazy. So I think people were thinking it was being cleared out. Don't know how true that is, but... wow, I've got 2 space points and 1 ground point. Let's look at engineering. what's happened there? And pointed grounds. And let's see, shields. Weapon expert. Yeah, let's have that. Yep. Yeah. Drone fabrication. Because I like drones. Okay. Whilst that's doing that, I will salvage what I can. That's very nice. Can I salvage this? Oh, I can. Brilliant. Yeah, this is the one I was not so much not looking forward to, but I do want to do it towards the end of a stream because it can be one of the longer ones. If it had been broken up say, into 2 parts, I think that would have been just the right level. But I think when it came out, and hopefully still occasionally you can do it, this will be where you could get a Riemann officer. Don't do too badly. Engineering proficiency. And just stop a second. Scan this. Scan
Warning. Ship is under attack.
this. Hello, reverse. And now we're calling some kind of tractor beam. This is one of those sort of things you've got to try and remember the right order in which you've got to do it. Right, okay, so seven. Right, okay, so I've got to change that one to 7. No, I can't. Right. Yeah, this is where my maths part of my brain doesn't work. Basically just brute forcing it at the moment, so. Right, so that's that one done. Okay, where's the... oh, there she is. The power. Which I think is behind that sort of fence griddy type thing. Now I need to. That console unlocked. And the third one, I believe, is this one over here. Right, under. Yeah. That's easy. This isn't my ship. Yep, this is definitely not my ship.
If you fail to comply with commands, you will be punished.
Right, I've got to pick up a melee weapon. Do I go with the batleth? Do I go with the sword? Or do I go with the lurper? I think for lols, I'm going to have to go with... You know what, I'm going to pick up one of each. Just to see what looks funniest. Okay, so... Well, I've already got a batleth anyway, so... Alright. Might as well just use that. Actually, can I upgrade that batleth? See. I don't have any of the things right. Well, that was actually slightly more powerful, but this has got... You know what? I'm going to stick with that. Doesn't work. Yeah, if this is my cargo bay, I'm going to have a word with the cleaners, because this is not... Captain's not happy.
Commencing test 1. Nopadan Desert Akari entering testing area.
Enemy targets on sensor.
There's the music.
Commencing test 2. Releasing Warrigals now.
Alright, I was just showing off.
Proceeding to test 3.
Enemy targets on sensor.
Now you should recognise the music that's playing at the moment. I've got to have the my weapons on auto attack. See, there's no guards or anything, so how can they punish me? through that gap. Look at it. Okay, maybe not with his belly, but you'd have to breathe in.
Leave me alone. It is too bright here. I tire of this life. I have lost everything.
Yeah, you're definitely fit for that.
If you fail to comply with commands, you will be punished.
How? Might as well go fight the big wormies.
Test scenario 4 activated. A Hala released.
The thing with using the Batnep as well, people don't realise, is that if you hit the weapon attacks in certain combos, you get different abilities. For oh lordy, he's a big fella.
Enemy combatants in close proximity. Enemy targets on sensors.
Eat one of his healing plants. Okay, that one. If I work my way to the other side of the arena, where the other control panel is, in theory, when I'm able to use it, I should be in the right place. He's a big worm.
Enemy targets on sensors.
Release the prisoners. Now got to activate. It reminds me of Dune. Shai-Hulud. Just a baby version, because Shai-Hulud worms are much bigger than this. Then again, I can't think of anything, see anything with giant worms in it without thinking of Dune, so. Oh look, it's another Iconian gateway. Climb through. Oh, we'll go over the poo pipe. Lovely. Which is not easy when you're like 3 foot tall.
It is too bright here.
Are you flipping kidding me, mate? It's the middle of the night. Yeah, Beetlejuice. That's a film I haven't seen for a while. Going out through. Yes, I just realised how that sounded. Going out through the poo hole. If I had a list of quotes that would be going on it. Thank you. I'm not kidding, this morning I was sneezing for probably about 5 minutes, almost non-stop. Like sneeze and then sneeze again. It was ridiculous. Bloody Slamic. Seriously, he's complaining it's bright when it's like the middle of the night. The only way it could get any darker would be if I poked your eyes out. Yeah, it's like the first one. Oh, that was nice. Second one, oh, bit left over from the first one. Third one, right, just getting a bit silly. Fourth one, oh god no. Fifth one, and I almost head back to the desk. And so that carried on for about, say, 4 to 5 minutes. Last time I had a sort of sneezing fit like that was when I was on the bus once and somebody quite by accident shoved a bunch of flowers in my face and I just happened to catch full brunt of it up my nose. It wasn't their fault, just I just happened to turn at the wrong time they turned, and next thing I know I'm sneezing like a madman. The cat's going to I suppose yeah, it's the sort of shock to reset your system to make you go, oh, what's going on? It's a good job this guy can run fast.
I tire of this.
Yeah, you're annoying.
I tire of this life.
Oh. Forget these plants as well. Finally, we treat Slavic. You can't just not, you know, put a phaser gun to his head. That'll cure him.
It is too...
Don't you dare say it's too bloody bright, idiot. Sit up. For the kangaroo. Exactly. Keep an eye out for local wildlife. Great. Shit up. He's standing there, he's useless. Completely useless. Drone back. Run, please. Thank you. I'm only at halfway across the map as well.
I have lost every...
So I've got to find food by defeating warrigals and using them to make meats of some kind. Drone. Drone. And that can go over there. And that can go there. Put that over there. It's ridiculously big. Okay, see you in a bit. Just checking something. So I might, if I do darkness before the dawn, before, where is it? No, it's already ended. Damn. I was hoping I could get the Reman officer, but obviously I missed that chance to do that. No, well. Seriously, this is ridiculously long, this map. This is why I said the game, this particular mission was just a bit too long, I feel. They could have got rid of a lot of this faffing around and running bit. It would have been much better. So that's the meat. Put the weapon away. That's better. If you... Yeah, you're not complaining that this is bright light. This I can understand you complaining about. Oh dear, there's a bit of a messed up ship. Again, another minute of running. Look for a way to contact my ship. Go find 3 components: communications array, navigation beacon, and subspace distortion inverter. So that's one. So it's quite an easy part to mission. It's just again time consuming. And the last one is, of course, right over the other side. Then go back to here, cactus. Now just wait for some whiskey. Oh dear.
Did you think you could run? From me?
Yes.
There is no place where I cannot find you. My spies are everywhere. Prisoner 1478, take your place. You did your job admirably. It is good to know at least one Reman understands who is the master And who is the slave? The loss of the listening post was a minor setback. The Reman's refuge in the Dera system has been destroyed. Dozens of subjects have been tested in my arena. When the Iconians return, they will find I have done all they have asked, and
Sod the Iconians.
direct approach is best. Ready? Aim.
Bye.
No!
Yeah,
I apologize for Slamic's action.
that's fine.
I had no idea.
Congratulations.
Shit happens.
Starfleet Intelligence has completed its analysis of the data you recovered in the Nopata system. There is a 67.47% chance that the Iconians are using the Tal Shiar as a way to influence the Romulan Star Empire, and that their persecution of the Remans is directly related to this. Command is considering lending assistance to Obisek and his forces, but before we come into direct conflict with the Romulans, we want to try a more discreet approach. The data indicates that Hakiv is operating out of the Brea system. Long-range sensor scans indicate that there may be a major Tal Shiar installation there. We want you to infiltrate this system.
We've now got the Riemann shields. My ship looks funky. I'm going to transwarp because I'm lazy.
We have arrived in the Brea system. Preliminary scans show automated.
You dare to test them?
Yes, I dare. You know what? Tactical mode. That's right. I'm taking an entire Romulan fleet. Me and my Riemann buddy over here.
All integrity below.
And let's get in. Any reinforcements? Alright. Bring it on.
Target's shield has failed.
Definitely trying this heavy weapon.
Target's shield has failed.
Get a bit closer. Yeah, beam range.
Long-range sensors show that...
This is an interesting one.
The Tal Shiar are...
Because I've got to do this semi on my own. I say semi because at some point I can call in reinforcements. Doesn't be odd just sending the captain down on their own. Welcome back. Yeah, it can do. Some of the chaps are saying that this part of the mission can take forever. Yep, it can do.
Flanking damage detected.
So I'll keep out what looks like for ghost versions of the Enterprise. You understand what I mean when you see it. Taking these guys out now so I don't have to fight them later. Where is it? Oh, there it is. There's one. That should take out those ships there. Why would I stop running? How am I supposed to hit that? Worth a shot. I was hoping I could shoot it down.
Enemy targets on sensor.
Yeah, my weapon's not powerful enough.
Losing power. Flanking damage detected.
Oh, it can be done, I'm just not able to do it with this weapon. That's sort of when you go back later when you're maxed out with the overpowered like Boolean cannon, then you can just take it out in one hit. We modulate weather controls to follow the gravity lifting. I've never been able to find that bloody thing. No, that's my turret. See that? I'm assuming that's what you're talking about there, the triangle with the circle around it. If you watch. Yeah, it is quite small. It's basically that green dot, the circle, that's they're my allies, or in my party.
Enemy targets on sensors. Personal shield losing power. Things a little bit easier for me. Vaporised a few Romulans there. Death from above. Personal shield losing power.
You. So this doesn't go too far back. That would just knock me off something chronic. Oh, see, now I can call for support when it's like one left. Oh, no, it's alright. Now I can jump over with a shot. It should be just ahead, right? Yep. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, turrets can be quite amusing.
None of this matters. We just need to open the gate, bring the Iconians here, and it will be over.
That was Taurus's plan, too. And you saw how that ended.
We finally have the opportunity. Victory is within our grasp.
You call this victory? It's over. This is done. You're done.
Oh, good, it is running the way.
Oh, we can still finish. You're the cause of all of this!
Yep.
You don't even understand what you walked into. You're too late to stop it. A lowly being such as yourself cannot even recognize the true power the Iconians represent. And that any future will depend on a place in their regime. All you've done is arrive in time for the end of existence as you know it.
Shield losing power.
Fool! I can call as many reinforcements as I need.
Not now. My ship has put an interference field around this plaza. It's over.
Personal shield losing power.
You think you've stopped me? The Iconians already know.
Good question.
They know everything. They'll be here soon.
Because the Iconians are still
Nothing
sort
done
of
will make a
humanoid.
difference.
I mean,
It's not.
I'm not sure if it's official, but the
It's
way
over
I
for you.
thought of it in my head, is the precursors and the Iconians were basically not the. It was hard to tell which one of those was the first. Whereas the almost like the Babylonian on Babylon 5, you had the Vorlons and the Shadows. They both took. What's the word I'm looking for? One went one path, one went the other. So I think that's what it was. The Iconians were pretty much one of the first races to awaken into sentience, and then you had the progenitors, or whatever you want to call them, were
The road to Riemann into...
almost, for want of a better expression, they're sort of galactic cousins. Yeah, it's like one was more focused on bringing peace and life to the universe. The other one was just like, yeah, we're badass. Or the Iconians could have been literally the first of their children. Like the first attempt at the experiment of life. Can I do it again yet? No, I can't. Well, without spoiling too much, I imagine that will come up in a future episode. They do seem to be going through and dealing with
Sheila is here with her flagship.
how to put it, the not obscure stuff, but the questions that haven't been answered yet, like who are the
Enemies
Iconians,
of the Romulan.
that kind of thing.
We have our work cut out
Yeah,
for
whatever.
us.
Look, I've got new shields. I've got new shields. Tactical. That's how she has with the damn right I am. I don't want all the mysteries and questions answered because it would take it away from the game, or the game, the universe. There's always been some mysteries, some questions never answered. Yeah, I do like the look of the Reman shields. It's your last chance to surrender after I've decimated your fleet. Yeah, you'll be dead. All crashed other NPCs do that. You've destroyed all of their friends. You've pretty much taken them down to like 1% health, and they're all cocky about it. So I can destroy you with one torpedo. Right into a ship is much way bigger than mine, but I think what I'll probably do next Thursday, because I couldn't get to Legacy or Birth of the Federation to work properly, I will try and get Knights of the Old Republic running, either 1 or 2, whichever one is more willing to cooperate with me. Hopefully number 1, so I can play through it properly. I've already got it on Steam. There was they did like a Star Wars logo on Humble a couple of years back, and I've got it as part of that. So if it's already optimised through Steam, I shall probably be playing that one. At the very least, I'll give it a go.
Starfleet will continue the search for Seela's vessel, but as of right now, we have no idea where the Iconians took her,
Or tractor
or
beams.
if she went willingly.
Tractor beam mines.
I find this turn of
Kit.
events disturbing.
tractor beam mines.
Seela's absence will throw the Romulan Star Empire into even greater chaos. We have found that the Romulans are at their most dangerous when their backs are against the wall. Like wounded Sailot cats, they will strike out at anyone in reach, and the Federation may bear the brunt of their fury. The return of the Iconians could change everything.
Congratulations, Admiral.
So we're getting some. Let's go with. Again, I'm gonna. Yes, go there. Anything that pushes up my. And let's see. Ooh, can I upgrade that? Yes, I can. Free upgrades. Yeah, for certain items, because they're when you get them. Yeah, because I got it as part of that. So if I drop that for now, we'll go back to it later. And save. Good. Darkness before dawn.
The Federation has offered the Reman Resistance humanitarian aid,
Sure.
and we...
So we'll go to the... There. Those Reman shields do look really nice.
I fight for my people.
Oh, that's nice.
We will be free.
I don't have any questions.
Farewell, my friend.
We...
That was nice and easy. What I have to do is just go in and say hello to him. Okay, next is, I believe, the Cardassian arc. Yes.
Commander Sarish Minna of Deep Space Nine has requested your assistance with a delicate...
That I can do. To Deep Space Nine. I do enjoy these ones. Well, anything involving Deep Space Nine always just feels a bit better to me for some
After
reason.
the devastation of the Dominion War, the Cardassians chose a path that would lead
lovely.
their planet to prosperity and democracy. Not everyone agreed with this choice. A secret organization dedicated to the return of the Cardassian Union and the Obsidian Order plagues Federation and Cardassian forces, seeking to overturn newfound freedoms in favor of oppression and aggression. In the end, the fight to save Deep Space Nine may be the battle that decides the fate of the quadrant.
Somebody else has got the room stuff there. Oh, DS9's a bit busy because the Omega stuff that's going on. Working Dead. I'm just trying to see if I can get it. There we go. Oh. Can't get to park. Ah, damn it. It's like if you time it right, you can actually get your ship inside the Starbase 1 in orbit around Earth. But you've got to be really quick and it's got to be a small ship to do it properly. Go to ops. Yeah, Kurland.
How can I help you? Welcome to these how can I help you? The True Way has stolen an orb the Obsidian Order failed to return after the war. Although how can I help you?
Not to the bad lads. I'm not going to use the transwarp cost, that would just be ridiculous. It's like just north of, well, no. As you look at the map, it's just north of Deep Space Nine. It is the wormhole, Celestial Temple. Yeah, see, it's not that far. It's like there to there. I was going to get rid of salvage.
ships at...
Yeah, well, everyone's going to blow stuff up. That's no, I'm not going to argue with that. Tactical. I don't know anything tactical. That's better. Good evening.
Thanks for the assistance.
Direct
I
capsule.
was just told my freighter is up.
I have the Riemann shields and my ship looks shiny.
You have fallen into our trap. Now I will never locate our
Yeah, I don't
base.
think so. Then.
Target shields have failed.
I haven't tried the join shield on this character yet. You haven't done that mission. On this one I'm doing them in order.
Zarish, acknowledged.
Scan for orb energy. To the moon. There's got to be something over there, but what?
Target shields have failed.
Decimate these shields. I think I'm pleasantly surprised by how good an engineering captain in a tactical ship works. It might just be that I like the dirty great big heavy weapon. If I'm brutally honest. With the survivability that being an engineer gives me. I think the way they explained it is that those ones that they're using now are the not so good ones deliberately. That basically the ones that the Federation were fighting against were the proper ones, you know, Dominion enhanced, whereas these are just the cheap ones they could rebuild in a moment's notice. Defeat the True Ray. Right, I was not expecting my crew to do that. Nutters. They just all jumped down off the balcony. My crew are insane. We've got to give them points for that.
Viking damage detected. Personal shield losing power. Personal shield losing power. Enemy targets on sensors.
Target interrogator.
Shield losing power.
Leave the gills. That's why.
Enemy targets on sensors. Personal shield
I'm
losing
looking forward to giving that ship a try just to see what it's like.
personal shield losing power.
Right. So the door I've got to go to is over.
Enemy combatant in close proximity.
Wrong one. Go to the control thing, which is right over the other side, as per normal. The shadows on the ground there.
Greetings. I am Gul Kardec.
Hello.
This orb is the property of the Cardassian government.
And?
The true Cardassian government. The true way. And you can't have it. Guards!
Fools, you will never defeat me.
Never say that, because that just means you could be the first one to die.
Viking damage detected. Personal shield losing power.
Have a grenade launcher right on your head. How can you beam it out when I've just basically vaporized it?
Dear Kardec, you can imagine my surprise to receive a message from you. I must commend you on the clever way you opened a pathway to our universe. We shall make good use of it, and you have our gratitude. If we can
for that one. I'm sure the Bajorans will be very happy that I'm bringing them back an orb.
We are approaching the Badlands. What is yours? I will be along in the Defiant momentarily. Looks like I arrived just in time.
That's fine. Tactical mode.
Warning. Ship is under attack. Target's shields have failed. Shields have failed.
So I've got to follow the glowing trail, easy enough. It was one of the better stories, wasn't the worst. Okay, that's laser damage. Yeah, didn't Rom end up becoming the Grand Nagus or something? Yeah, he did, didn't he? In one of the semi-official top stories, semi-official post-series stories, although Quark was originally a bit upset with it, he realised that from his stint when he was the sort of temporary Nagus, that he didn't really want the job, but by having Rom as the Nagus, he
Those
could,
look like mirror universe ships.
shall we say, have insider knowledge. So it actually works out better for everyone agrees. Everyone thought, oh, Rom is, is easy to push around, but it turns out he isn't. Yet he would let Quark in on any deals that he was making and things like that. So he basically became like number one advisor to the Grand Nagus, which pretty much what he wanted. And he ended up making more money that way. And Ron got the stuff he wanted, to bring in all the changes and things like that. And Quark got a chance to make a ridiculous amount of money. Because whenever the Ferengi Alliance had official things they needed to do, like like run banquets and things like that, first person one returned to would have been his brother.
Congratulations on retrieving.
And if Quark couldn't do it, for a fee, he'd put me in touch with somebody who could. So again, at first glance it didn't seem like he got the best position, but in the long term it works out much better. Doing quite well in the missions today.
Congratulations on your recovery of the orb from Gul Kardec.
I've just got a decent
We
shield.
request that you return the orb to the temple in Hathon on Bajor. I'm afraid that we have not seen the last of Gul Kardec. But for now, the people of Bajor will be elated at the return of an orb we thought lost forever. Good work.
And by having, as you say, now the under the table opportunities, it wouldn't be under as much scrutiny as say the Grand Nagus was. So it just worked out better for everyone. Old Zek knew exactly what he was doing. Although there is another fan theory that when Zek went to speak to the Bajoran prophets and they messed around with his head, they sort of changed him very, very slightly and nudged him, sort of gave him like a vision of the future and say, this is what happens if you pick Quark, this is what happens if you pick Rom, this is what happens if you pick somebody else. And subconsciously he went for the best option. Let's go with some dual heavy cannons for now.
How can I help you?
Because my ship is powerful enough to have cannons. What I'll do is I will replace those cannons. They'll Tetrions. This is a theory that I've come up with as well regarding Q and why he only turned up on Deep Space Nine once, whereas he turned up to pester Picard many, many times. When Sisko had the little rumble with Q and he punched him, Sisko, being who he is and who his, shall we say, spiritual parents are, Q found out. Yeah. Why did he pick on Picard? Why did he pick on Janeway? But why did he leave Sisko alone? Simply put, he could tell he was part Prophet, part Bajoran wormhole alien, and there's like a scale of how powerful energy beings are in the universe. Obviously the Q are right at the top, but apparently the Prophets are like only 1 or 2 points below them, and they have what can best be described as, I suppose you could say, a gentleman's agreement not to interfere in each other's, what do you call it? Yeah, basically the Q saw him as part of the Prophet's plan and knew that, yeah, if I interfere with this, it's going to have major repercussions that I just don't want to deal with. But he only found that out once Sisko clocked him, because in effect the Prophets were, for want of a better expression, shielding him from stuff like that. Yeah, I mean these are beings who have no real concept of time in the same way that we do. So them messing around and shunting things through space and time like they can would just cause a lot of damage. And whilst the Q could kind of deal with it, the Prophets are still pretty powerful. So let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna respec all these skill points at some point anyway, because I just really have no idea what I'm doing. Jabberwocky.
You have recovered the Orb of Possibilities from Gul Kardec. No
Yes.
doubt. How can I help you?
Right, off to Bajor. The Q, although they may act all powerful and tricksterly and godlike, they know there's just certain things you just do not do. And one of them is interfere with an ascended, for what basically what the prophets are, an ascended species. Another one, don't provoke the Borg.
I am Gul Mutak of the Kriegar, Adjutant General to Gul Kardec. You are carrying stolen property belonging to the True Way.
I'll be quiet, I'm going to blow you up.
Sarish here. In the Warning. Ship is under attack. Target's shields have failed.
What I'm probably going to do in this, to get the upgrade ship, I'm going to keep it the weapons as phaser, because it also enhances the phaser lotus. If I do that. Oh, you turn up just as I blow up the last ship. Nice.
Good. You're...
Let's go mess them up. Take out the kill them first of all. They're annoying. That's interesting. I've not heard that before. For those who can't see in the chat, one particular fan theory says that the Omega particle is basically our plane of existence is key to the next step up, you know, to become an energy being. So I wasn't paying attention to what I was doing, that's why I blew up. Right. That's right. There's no real penalty for dying, so just a slight delay. I know if you play in the higher difficulty settings, you can get like ship injuries and that kind of thing, but there's honestly no point in doing that. Phaser relay. Do that for later.
That's the last of them for now.
Ow. I do not look at those ships. The Discovery ones. The Crossfield and that one down the bottom. Actually, I think I prefer that one, the bottom. Is that the Shinzon? The Shizon? Shenzhou. Yeah, I think out of those two ships, that one just seems, the Klingon one just seems a bit too pointy. But the bottom one, I like that. It's got a bit of a NX Akira look to it. I don't mind along the cells. Right. Got to go. And the other side. But they've got all that room to... Oh, still, I suppose it would be a bit rude to just beam into the Bajoran Temple. Where's he got? Fennec Critical is probably in the office. Alright, I've got an orb for you.
How may I help you? Wonderful. Please, play.
Orb of possibilities.
The service rendered is not the service desired. What does not belong cannot be returned.
I don't understand.
What has been returned does not belong. We must travel backwards.
When we gaze in the mirror, we see our faces as others do, but reversed.
Your task abides. You have recovered an orb. Now you must return it.
As you must return.
I would be honored to know what the elsewhere?
Yeah, the Prophet's not exactly known for being direct.
Sarah's here. Acknowledged.
Right. So we'll head to the Badlands and go to the Mirror Universe. Where you see a very interesting version of Bajor. Which, if you know who the intendant is,
Sarah's here.
will make perfect sense.
Acknowledged. We have limited intelligence on the Mirror Universe, but from what we know, it appears the Terran Rebellion spread from Terok Nor, eventually forming a new empire. The Terran Empire has reoccupied Bajor. I believe this Captain Lita is the administrator of the Bajor sector.
I am Gul Haneri of the Top.
Yeah, whatever. I'm just to blow stuff up. Tactical mode.
I believe Gul is somehow create an anomaly back. Then form an alliance with the Terran Empire. Stay on your guard.
Of course, when I do continue with my Star Trek Adventures game, there will be a Mirror Universe episode, but that's going to be a little bit later because I want to establish the characters first before I bring in their duplicates. It's going to be an interesting one to do. You know what? That's actually a very good idea. I might have to just
Greetings. I am Captain Lita
shave
of
into
the
a
Terran Empire.
shave into a goatee for that.
What a pleasure it is to have visitors
Okay.
from your universe.
Anybody who's watching this episode
Gul
later,
Kardec
I
said
didn't
you
say
might be
anything.
wrong.
Forget it.
But I
So
couldn't
if
afford
you're
to
watching the
take a
episode and you
chance.
see me shaved
Surrender.
into a goatee, it's going to be the
I
Mirror
will guarantee
Universe
safety.
episode. Well, at least the nearest I can get into a goatee where my hair goes.
What a pity.
Target's shield has failed.
Because it is the Mirror Universe, it is tradition, everybody must have a goatee. That's actually a brilliant idea. I'm totally going to do that.
Oh, what fun. I was really growing rather bored when you showed up.
4 shields failing.
Never face logs. Notice.
Target's shields have failed.
Oh wow! First of all, I'm jealous that you know someone who's got to go on that cruise. Because from what I saw of it, it looks brilliant. Secondly, that's a brilliant way of doing it. Start off with a full Viper style beard. So yeah, then go to in clean shape. Yeah, indeed, very lucky. That's a definite if I ever win the lottery type thing.
I apologize for the state of my troops. They've grown rather complacent. I shall have to provide a demonstration, apparently.
Target's shields have failed.
More powerful force shields. That's better. That should at least balance out all the attacks I'm getting. What is that ship? Is also mirror guardian cruiser.
I won't make the same mistake next time we meet.
I've noticed the Badlands in here has like a sort of blue, purple look to it. Now here we go. Mirror Bajor. As you can see, it's not quite the same as the Prime Bajor.
Enemy targets on sensor. Personal shield losing power.
An engineering kit?
Gul Kardec was right. You are formidable, but pitifully predictable. Terran forces attack the invaders!
She's got to be cold in that outfit.
Personal shield losing power.
Guards! Guards!
As you can see, it's like some kind of Blade Runner. It's yeah.
Enemy targets on sensor. Personal shield losing power.
I'll focus on this science officer. True. Okay, first thing you could get used to it. I suppose that
We
her,
will meet again.
her complaining about it would
You
be to
have
show
interfered
weakness.
with my plans for the last time.
Have an orbital strike. So everyone focus fire on this bugger.
Personal shield losing power.
Stop! Fighting is not permitted here.
This is not your affair.
So yes, he's a changeling.
Enemy targets on sensors.
Everyone focus fire on the annoying changeling, please. Okay, what I think you have to do is, if you go to Deep Space Nine, there's a Starfleet security officer that you can hand the changeling into. Basically you're saying that, yeah, you take care of him. I think that's where it is. Next time on Deep Space Nine I'll have a look. Or remind me and I'll show him where he is. Because of course assuming it's the same person I'm thinking of. I think it is. That guy's just sort of sitting here. Do I capture him? Yes I do. I think the guy you hand into is a security officer. That could be why. Where is it? Yeah, it's a duty officer. It's a bit, I won't say fiddly, but it's not obvious what you have to do. I think I have to go back to Deep Space Nine for this mission anyway, so.
Thank you. The orb of possibilities?
Gul Kardec to Gul.
Good. Now to try it again. I returned the orb of possibilities. Again.
We are most grateful. We had thought the orb lost forever. You have restored the balance.
Your enemies lie in wait. They want to prevent your return.
It's basically.
But we shall restore the balance as you did.
You have returned our orb.
Now you must return.
Oh yeah, that's out tonight. Yeah, I'll probably watch that later. I still like that Jag episode. That was hilarious. Jag.
Greetings. I did not see you enter the temple. Indeed, I know little of the Mirror Prophet. Then you have the...
So, Gul Kardec was a changeling.
Let's go for some
This
decent
does
armor.
not bode well. An alliance between the True Way and the Alpha Dominion could prove disastrous for the
shield
Alpha and Beta
regeneration.
quadrants. However,
Let's go
the
down.
orb has been returned. How can I help you?
Congratulations, Admiral.
Excuse me, I'm just going to change into my new armor. Please avert your eyes. Let's give it to... Well, he keeps dying, so let's give it to him. Resistance, yes, take some resistance points. Actually, no, let's do that. The factory.
The pad you discovered on Gul Kardec revealed the location
Probably
of a
go for
secret
kit
facility
reward in
in
this
the
one.
Alpha. How can I help you?
Yeah, games, transport. Oh, skull map. Ow! Oof. Time. Oh, it's 8:45 already. That's not too bad. That's cool. Time to get something in here.
Ship is under attack. Target's shields have failed.
Sentinels. How can your scans tell they're Alpha Jem'Hadar?
Target's shields have failed.
And the Guardians. So they're going to be over there. The phasing lights.
Left shield failing. More shields failing.
Yeah, I can sort of accept them seeing that from like personal, but from when you're on a ship, that just is. You know, all you will see will be Jem'Hadar. You won't. The scans aren't that good. Maybe. Oh, I'm just picking holes in that kind of mood. Transphasic torpedo launcher. Could there be a changeling in the Alpha Quadrant you don't know about? Yes. They're changelings, that's kind of what they do. Get yourself right. Oh, brilliant. That prison episode, I keep having problems with the NPCs getting stuck, like my crew getting stuck behind doors. It's just like, oh, for crying out. That doesn't do it every time, but it happens like enough that it's like I go running forward expecting to be behind me, and it's like, where's everyone? Next thing I know, 30 prisoners come round in the frigging doorways. It's like they can't figure out how to get. It is a bit on the annoying side. Which is one of the reasons why I like to be as an engineer, because you can have things like turrets and the drones. So in terms of actually how the mission plays, it's a fun mission. It's just that particular aspect of it is a bit on the annoying side. I will admit though, it's worth doing that mission just so you can have a Jem'Hadar as a crew member or bridge officer. It's always quite amusing. Especially if you give them all the like the proper Jem'Hadar gear and a massive dose of Ketracel White, they can become quite the security officer. I'm nowhere near those guys, and I'm still able to take them out. Yay for turrets.
Greetings. Oh my, yeah. Loss was the first. Loss keep. Oh. I'll be glad to get out of here. These Alpha Jem'Hadar don't understand the proper respect owed to a Vorta.
God, the Vorta are annoying, smarmy gits. But Jeffrey Combs is perfect as Wayu.
Intruders! I'll put up a force field. You dump the data.
Personal shield losing power.
We've got to stop the first before he deletes all the data.
Yeah, I'm working on it. Yeah, Brunt, Strand. I think every character he's played has been spot on and perfect. Like Mark Alamo for Goldakat, and is it Andrew Robinson who played Garrick? Orbital strike. another one. He was another one of those characters who was originally supposed to be sort of only 1 or 2
I
episodes.
shall retrieve the coordinates.
But he had such a positive feedback, they brought him back, and well, history is made.
Enemy targets on sensors.
I think one thing that did kind of blow my mind is when you found out who Garrick's dad was. That was a bit of a OMG moment. Got defending. But it made him seem more sort of believable rather than this, you know, than this sort of joking, detached character. By giving him the floor like that, it made some of the future storylines more interesting, I suppose you could say. Like when Ezri was trying to counsel him for his claustrophobia, and she just made it worse. It's coming up to 9 o'clock, so I think this might be a good point to end the stream. This is a what is after this mission? Hey, I am not knocking Ezra, believe me. She's one of those characters who I just want to give her a hug. Not in a pervy way or anything like that. Just
might have come in handy someday.
I think she did the sort of old mind in a young person's body, completely out of her depth at the same time, quite well. Because the joining with the Vax symbiont was kind of forced upon her. She didn't have any of the training or the preparation, so it was like, there you go, here's 12 new lifespans to assimilate into your memories. Good luck. So you kind of understand why she was a little bit, I don't want to say skittish, but not as with it as you would expect a Starfleet officer to be. I mean, even like Jadzia, she had years and years to prepare for the Vax symbiont, and traditionally,
They always seem a bit angry, don't you think?
that's what happens. You know, you're not just given a symbiont on day one. You've got to work for it, you've got to have the preparations for it, and then you work for the fact that she was literally the only compatible host on board. Yeah, it would have been someone else, somebody who was prepared. It was either that or Vax dies. And the symbiont always comes first. Yeah, I can remember seeing, unfortunately I saw it after I saw Deep Space Nine. There was a film called Q, which was interesting one. So seeing that and then seeing, so wait, why is Dax in that film?
Target shield has failed.
Yeah, I saw a what do you call it? Like a cast shot of all of them together, and it's what's his name? Again, Mark Alamo, the guy who played the cat. He still has that Cardassian look about him, even without the makeup on.
I have completed the decryption of the data.
Yeah, they definitely nailed the right choices for the actors across pretty much all of the series. You know, Next Gen, the original series, DS9, and Voyager.
Congratulations on destroying the facility. That should cripple the Alpha Jem'Hadar for the time being. But we need to make contact with this. How?
Congratulations, Admiral.
Ooh. I've just hit level 50. And I've unlocked a trade slot. Very nice. Yeah, I love that. This is getting yeah, so I don't get let's see, if I go with that, yep. Let's go with weapons. Yep. I think this is pretty much the... Yeah, I'll do this. Yeah, I'm going to have to respec them. Let's go with that. Offensive. An offensive engineer, lol. Which is appropriate for traits. Bloody hell! All my traits have written. No, wow. Okay. I didn't realise this has happened. See, these I got from the temporal and the Delta recruiting. Right. Didn't even realise this had happened. It completely pinged off all my traits. Right. So I want that. I want that. Let's see what else do I want. I want kit readiness, yep. I want rifles, yep. Increased damage, yep. Exploit damage, yep. Yes, because that will strengthen my turrets. And yeah, let's go with that. Right, so first of all, I want to go with... Oh, that's interesting. 10% of my outgoing cannon or turret damage gives me shield healing. Ooh. Yeah, definitely take Grace under fire. Beam weapon, yep. Let's see. Defense specialist, yep. Crit severity, oh yeah, always want that. Crit severity, yep, I'll take that as well. Warp theorist, yep. That gives me. That means I can smooth faster. Don't necessarily need that. Actually, I'll just have it for now as a placeholder. And what else? Okay, let's go defense as well, because I'm going to go slightly tanky. So now I need to save that, otherwise it will delete it next time I Yep. Accept this one. Here we go. Sphere of influence. That doesn't seem right. Yeah. Yeah, they're giving me the next mission by mistake. It should be the new link. That's a bit of a jump ahead. I don't want that. That's the,
has decrypted the
that's the one.
coordinates
What?
for the link. They designate a location in the Alpha Quadrant.
How can I help you?
But in the meantime, do I get a new trait ship? Wait, I want to find out. Let's head back to Sol. See if I get the next tier ship. I can't remember if it's level 50 or level 55 that I can get the tier 6 ships. Yeah, it could be that. Yeah, it's not a major hassle. I suppose it's because it's just going, oh, you've just dinged a level. What's the most appropriate one for your level? Oh, it's this one. So it's not a major deal. I just want to go through everything in order. See if I can do it. Can I do it? Can I get into this space dock? Can I? Yeah. Oh, I just about did it. I think I would like that bottom ship if I got the choice out of all three of those. It just looks nice. So once my Zen comes through, it doesn't come through yet. I will get some lock boxes and just use that to get some keys. It'll only be about sort of 4 or 5 boxes. Won't be anything special, but I'll open those on stream. Be a bit of fun if nothing else. I'm not about to find out. Right, so let's go with I am a Vice Admiral. Oh, I get a lot more ships to choose from now. Yes. Right, okay. What, keys or boxes? I'd say keys, you want to keep that for yourself. Boxes are dirt cheap. I think I've already got like 6 already. Yeah, I've got 7 already. See, I can get the... Oh yeah, I can now get the proper tier 5 ships. So... I don't want science vessels. Don't want a small craft. Right, let's have a look, see. Oh dear, that is a beautiful looking ship. Bet it costs 3,000 Zen, which I ain't gonna have. That looks weird. I'm just seeing which ones I've got. That's a fleet ship. I don't want a fleet ship. Because I'm in a fleet at the moment. Ooh. Here we go. Oh, I could have one of these ships. Because I've got these already. See, look at that. But it's... retaliation. So I'm going to go through all these ships anyway, just to pick up the traits for them, because they're all pretty good traits. But it's like, which one do I start off with? Carrier? Nah. Tactical escort? Nah. Fleet dreadnought? Nope. Dreadnought cruiser? Nope. Advanced escorts? That's a fleet version. Hestia. Already got a character with one of those. It is a good ship, but it's not really suitable for an engineer, I don't think. The escort carrier, no. This is the fleet version. Where's the heavy destroyer? That's what I'm looking for. Ah, there it is. This is the T6 version of what I'm currently flying. As you can see, you've got the Manticore. Manticore scheme. Or the Chimera scheme. I mean, it's basically the same ship as what I've already got. And it's a T6 version. But it has a slower turn rate in comparison. Let me just check that first as well. See, I'm not even doing any of this, I keep forgetting. So it has the advanced quantum slipstream drive, weapon system sim. I mean, this is a good ship. I mean, I can always get another one as well, so it's not a major deal. But it's a toss-up between this one, T6 Heavy Destroyer, or where's she got? The Dreadnought Cruiser. See, this has a base rate of 9, but look at the stats for this Temporal Raider. 22, and the thing moves ridiculously fast. But it is a tactical ship. It's a pure tactical ship, whereas this is more of an engineering vessel. Plus, it does have has hangars. It had, you know, screw it. Let's do this. The Kronos class. This was kind of the ship I was hoping for in the first place. So, Temporal Dreadnought Cruiser. I'm not going to equip it now. I'll do it off stream because I want to get some stuff over. But she needs a name. Just because I like the. No. 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 Nope. 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 Oh. The USS Cruiser. Wow. Imaginative. Antilles. Not bad. Polar. No. Exeter. No. Hollywood. Oh, no. Dana. Mariposa. Pilot. I can't even pronounce that one. Maiden. Pulaski. Interesting, but no. Scharnhorst, Fairport, Fairland, Pierre, Arnhem, Graz. I'll go on. The USS Arkham. And one of you can figure out where that one came from. Very quickly, just quickly check something in my bank, and then today will end for today. And there's Q with 2 darts in. Right. Oh yeah, I accept the fact they send all the crazy and the ugly ones to my ship. Right, there's a reason why I want to get this. Can I use this yet? Yes, I can. T116B sniper rifle. Come to Papa. And let's give, where's my tactical officer? So you can have that, can have that, and that, and one of those. Yeah, that's basically the teleporting bullet gun from the episode Deep Space Nine. The one where, again going back to Ezri, she has to tap into Duran's memories to figure out how to hunt down basically a murderer. Oh, I can use these kits I've been saving as well. Just this a reason. Fluidic, no. Shields, no. Kit performance, plasma weapon. Polar one, no. Plasma, no. Cetrion. Ooh, that's the one. So it gives me +2 critical chance, +8 critical severity, +26 to kit performance, and +26 to endurance training. Yeah, I'm gonna have me one of those. What else have I got in my account bank that you can use? That's fine. These things here are the tokens which help with reputation. I think I'm missing a couple, but I can't remember what. But I'll something I can easily sort out later. Not a problem. I wonder. Why don't I? Oh, the server's crashed. Okay. Right. Oh, that's a perfect place for me to say goodnight. If the if even the I didn't even do anything and the game just crashed. I think it's telling me time to take a break. So, thank you very much for joining me. Yeah, basically the server's crashed. Not sure if there'll be a stream tomorrow on Saturday, because it all depends on what time I get back from being out with the family on Saturday morning. And if there is, it will be towards the afternoon, evening, around probably around sort of again 6:30. I'm trying to do the streams a little bit later and doing it for a bit longer, rather than doing like say 2.5 hours. But I don't want to set a preset time. I mean, you notice on the offline screen page that I've taken off the days I'm doing, because things are variable at the moment, and I don't want to definitely say, oh yeah, I'll be doing things on Tuesday, and then I just can't do anything. Because like I say, especially like the way I was this morning, I was not in a great place mentally speaking. Nothing bad, it's just sort of something that flares up every now and then. And as I said at the beginning of the stream, it's like my brain just suddenly just goes, you're not going to have a good day for no reason whatsoever. And yeah, so by doing it in the evenings and not setting pre-times, it gives me a chance to deal with that if that happens again. But anyway, fingers crossed it'll be tomorrow. If not, there will be one on Sunday. Next weekend is going to, not this coming weekend obviously, but the one after that, the 3rd and the 4th, that's when things are going to be a bit interesting, because I've got a game of World of Darkness being played around Saturday lunchtime. I'm going to be, fingers crossed, streaming the second part of my Star Trek Adventures Damocles game in the afternoon, evening, and that'll be around 7:30, 8 PM GMT. And then on the Sunday I have one of my niece's birthday parties to go to, and if Uncle Chris doesn't turn up, Uncle Chris is going to be in somebody's bad books. But it's going to be also laser tag as well, so it's going to be great fun. Depends upon how long that goes on for and what condition I'm in. By the end of it will determine if there'll be a stream on that day, but don't expect it. After that, things should stabilise and go back to a regular schedule. yeah, if you can come along and watch, by all means. I will be sort of uploading it after like a day or so, whilst it's been on Twitch. Plus, also there's the VODs on Twitch as well. So if you missed the stream, by all means, watch that one as well. But I'm waffling, so good night, and I hope you have a great weekend. Bye bye.